Still ask me stuff in the chat box if you have any questions, or just turn on your mic. We've done all this part, like, the learning outcome. Oh, you know what? I never showed you guys the warm-up answer. Or let me just tell you. So the scientific warm-up answer, sorry, I totally forgot about that, to show you that. Let me just read it to you real quick. We collect data during our testing phases or trials because we can communicate the results, like we let others know what happened. It enables people to do our project or make our, like if we're doing an experiment or a trial, they can pick up right where we did and they should get the same exact results. And the other thing was to improve the solution, which that's the most of you guys said that. And also I said, I added on mine, it's hard to remember what happened since one of you guys wrote the exact same thing. So I like that. Did somebody have a question? I thought I heard a mic go on. No? Okay. So if you have one, just jump in whenever. The learning outcomes have been the same for the first 5 weeks when we're doing all these builds, that you guys know how to effectively work in a group, in person or online. Do we know the difference in responsible and irresponsible decisions? And then trade-offs would be like on our build, like what did you change and did it make it better or worse? All right, so that's all. That's nothing new. That's been the same, like I said, for 5 weeks. All right, this part was about showing you the materials, where the videos are. We already did all that. All right, so we're down to number 1 already. All right, so I'm going to ask you, I want to slide this over for a second so I can see the chat box. We do some stuff like this in person, Allison. At least we did last year. This year I haven't looked ahead to when we get face-to-face, but there's usually one cool project per grade that we'll all do, okay? And then there are these little ones that we do. Yeah, like I have styrofoam that I give you and cardboard, so we do have other stuff like that, yes. All right, so the question number 1. How do you think your Stick Raft designs worked out overall? So you either write about your own, and you only had to build one, or you can write about what you saw in the video, which is what we're doing together right now. So you can use, it says right, you can use my designs from the class video if you weren't able to build it yourself. So there's no reason not to do the assignment. Did you think it was successful? Did all 4, were they able to float? Were they able to hold weight? And remember, if you forgot what was on the video, which is entirely possible, it's right here. It tells you. Did it float? Yes, 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 all 4. Did they all hold weight? Yep, they all hold at least something. They all, okay, good. So Alexander and Sarah are saying yes. So I would say yes, our Stick Rafts floated and held, floated, I'm going to say floated, held weight, and moved upstream a few feet. So to me, that was successful. I mean, literally, it's string and sticks. So there's not much to it. And I didn't know they would hold anything. I didn't really even know if they were float till I threw that first one in the water. And that would be the little tiny, here's the size difference if you want to just compare them again. So this little one, and it's still floating now, and it's been waterlogged for 2 days. It's been sitting in a cooler. So it's definitely, I think, successful. So that's it for number 1. That's it. That's the whole answer. Was your Stick Raft able to float in water? Yes. I mean, I don't need to tell you because it's just, look at the results and you saw it with your own eyes. Yes, all 4, let's see, all 4 Stick Rafts floated, and that's it. So we're not even writing like paragraphs for some of these. Yes, all 4 Stick Rafts, rafts floated. Boom, that's it. Number 1's done. Number 2's done. Now we're on to number 3. And here's where I was saying what I said to Allison. You can test in a bathtub, sink, bucket. I didn't even think of a cooler until today, or I would have added that on there. Or you just use my results like we're doing. All right, number 3. Was your Stick Raft able to hold any weight and still float, or why did it not hold weight? So if yours doesn't hold weight, it's fine. Just write that down. That say it didn't work. So we would know that design is not good, especially if we worked at a company, they really do stuff like this. So let me just show you. If you remember from the cotton ball launcher, I said the same. I said the lowest amount of feet that the cotton ball went and the largest. So I had the whole range. So look at my screen for a second, right here. What's the biggest number and the smallest number? Because that would be the range. So I would just write, yes, they held weight anywhere from blank to blank. Okay, Alexandra, good, thank you for participating. Yes, our Stick Rafts floated and held weight anywhere from exactly what Alexander said, 45 grams to 185 grams. Okay, so that answers the question. That, boom, it's done. If yours didn't, like I said, write down no, and whenever you do it, you don't have to, remember it's not due today at 10:50 in 6 minutes, it's due on Sunday, so you have a lot of days left. And look, we've already done like almost half of it. All right, so number 4, what do you guys think for this? Let me get rid of that. What do you think for this? If you rebuilt your stick raft a second time, or you wanted me to build another one, which I did build them more. So what did I do? I built them different sizes. But what else, or if you want to say something different, what else could I do?
Maybe you could have added,
Go ahead, I want to hear both
you
answers.
could have added a plastic Ziploc bag to the top, and then the wind could carry the plastic Ziploc bag, and it could be like a sailboat.
Yeah, I like that. And what was the other answer?
So I was thinking about like the same thing, except maybe not with a bag. Like you could put a piece of paper or something as a sail,
Okay.
so the wind would take it farther.
And and the one thing you said, a dish rag too. So I added all of your guys' answers plus the dish rag. So the Ziploc bag or paper or the dish rag. Like I said, you didn't have to have that, but that would, yeah, that'd be interesting. And if I do it again, that I will do that. That's good. Or you could, some kids just said about the design, like throughout the classes yesterday. You could maybe put more sticks or bigger sticks. Like maybe I could even make them bigger than the biggest one I made if I did it again. Bigger sticks, or use different materials. Like the straw. Like I still really don't know much about the straw. I just literally made that real fast with tape in class. So I had to tape them together. Straws or popsicle sticks. Right, and that's not the only answers. That's just what we came up with right now. But you could think of other things, like besides this Ziploc bag or paper. Keep thinking. Like, you know, that answer is good now. But I'm just saying, in general, if you put something different, it doesn't mean your answer would be wrong. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do one more together. Then I'll explain number 6, and then that'll be it for today. All right. So this we've talked about all the time. And I even mentioned it again at the beginning of class. What skill are we developing? Because next year, this will probably be long gone. I won't have this stick raft anymore. I'll probably lose it, or, you know, who knows, throw it out. Your paper airplanes have been recycled. Your paper bridges have been thrown away. But what is that? That's not the point of these lessons. That helps us get to do something else. Problem solving, Allison, good. So problem solving, because you'll use that your whole life for everything, whether you get a job or not. Like I said, if you hit the lottery and you're rich, you're still going to need to problem solve with what to do with your money or what you want to buy. All right, problem solving or critical thinking. And I changed the wording a little bit because kids were having trouble sometimes thinking of a real world example. So for now, let's just, that is enough to answer that question. Okay. And Akeem, would you put Dip? Being patient. Yeah, patience is actually, yeah, I do like that. Builds patience. Because a lot of things especially the paper bridge, the day that it was real windy, I don't remember if it was your class, I was at that park, and my paper wouldn't even stay up long enough for me to put a little mouse on it or pennies on it. And let's see, all right, still architecture, yeah, because you're building something. Okay, so it might teach you some basic architecture or design. Yeah, architecture, I guess spelled right. Architecture or designing things. Yeah, it's you know what kids said in the other class too? Yeah, it was creativity. So it helps your creativity because you guys are thinking, you get to think outside the box a little bit. You don't have to, you can make it like the video showed, but you can make it in other ways too. You can make variations. So awesome, this is good. Jaden, Jalen, Akeem, good job, or who else? Allison, good job on that, and good job participating. All right, so the last 2 minutes, like I said, I did not do this question with any classes because I can't. This is what you need to show me. This is a 4-point question, so please realize that this is like the most points at a question that we've had so far. So you're going to write a detailed procedure how I can make the same exact stick raft that you built, or if you watch the girls' video and you want to explain that one, that's fine too. But you want to make it so somebody can build exactly. If you have more than 4 steps, you can put them in, but you only have to put 4 to get the 4 points. But it has to be detailed. You can't just say, first I will make a stick raft, and then, that stick raft. That doesn't really tell me much, so no, bad answer. All right, so make it detailed so somebody else could build it. If you want to take a picture of it, what you built, or some kids are just grabbing screenshots of my stuff from YouTube, or like right here, there's screenshots. However you want to do it, just try to show something or draw it, and then that's it, okay? So that is the end of class